The two frontrunners in Zambia's presidential contest have made their final pitches to voters in the capital, Lusaka. Zambians go to the polls Thursday to elect a president, members of parliament, councillors, and to pass or reject a Bill of Rights. Incumbent President Edgar Lungu told thousands of his supporters at a rally in Woodlands suburb that the PF government would accelerate an aggressive infrastructure development program that won it the 2011 election then under the late President Michael Sata. Longtime opposition leader Hakaiende Hichilema promised to make things better for Zambians who he says have been suffering for the past 5 years. It's expected to be a tight race between the two who fought for the presidency in a by-election in January 2015.
And I promised that I'll continue with the works which were promised to you by Mr. Sata, and this I have done. It is not I who have done this, but we as a political party have done this. Therefore, there is every reason why you should vote PF.
The message around the country in unison is that PF has failed to run our country. Lungu has failed to run our country. Tambelana, you must vote out the PF tomorrow.
Farai Mwakatuye is covering the elections for us and joins us live from the Zambian capital, Lusaka. Farai, it's ours to go now to the polls for national leaders as well as the Bill of Rights. Quite an intense exercise. Is the Electoral Commission ready to conduct these elections? Is everything in place?
Well, Penina, today electoral officials have appeared and have taken to various media platforms to tell people that they are ready for this election. Voting materials have been dispatched to polling stations, and they've also been explaining the process of voting, the documentation that is required. As you said, it's a very intense process. There are elections for president, MPs, councillors, and also the referendum. And so just explaining how it will work tomorrow, there will be two different queues for those voting just in the referendum and those voting for office bearers. Voting in the referendum is open to any Zambian, provided they're a citizen of the country and above the age of 18. But voting in the other election requires that you must have a national voter's card. The National Results Center, where we are here, is set up and ready to go, and we expect that from tomorrow, this is basically where we'll be camped as those results trickle in from the various totaling centers and polling stations across the country when polling closes tomorrow evening. Penina.
And security, Farai, has been a major concern in the lead up to the polls. What's the situation now?
Well, certainly at those two rallies that you've just talked about, which I attended, there was a massive police presence there, and I suppose it was just to keep the peace. This is the time when both the president and his main challenger were both in the capital city making those final pitches. But both of them, to their credit, implored and asked their supporters to be peaceful and to vote tomorrow without taking to any violence or attacking each other. So the security has been stepped up, certainly in terms of a police presence, but the parties themselves have also adhered to the call by electoral officials to call on their supporters to be peaceful in this election. Penina.
All right, Farai Mwakatuye, live for us there in Lusaka. Many thanks, Farai.